After 2 years of vetting and testing, I'm pretty confident in saying that FUBAR CLP is probably the #1 do-it-all as far as an outdoor product goes. So basically all of this stuff here is what this product is capable of doing. However, the difference is that there's no chemicals that are harmful to yourself or animals in this. It's basically all essential oils. It's an amazing thing, and it doesn't really stink. So that's pretty cool. So if you're into the outdoors, like you're into knives, guns, vehicles, or whatever, this product can do it all. So to give a little bit of a backstory, 2 years ago, met up with a buddy of mine, and he actually introduced me to this product and said that I should give it a shot, and so I did. And I've been testing it through all these different applications, and even tested it, you know, in some other applications that I'll talk about, and I've been pretty impressed. So yeah, this is basically, this product right here has made all these other products irrelevant for me for the most part. So anyways, let me go step by step and talk about some capabilities that this product has. So here in Alaska you get, you know, both, well, not really extremes on both sides, but you get actually pretty warm summers and some really cold winters, right? So in the wintertime, it's very important that you have chapstick and also have something that can help with, you know, calluses or chapped skin and stuff like that. Like for me, being a shooter, I have calluses and rough spots on my skin that need constant lubrication or moisturizing. So basically I've used FUBAR CLP to act as a chapstick, and also kind of as something to you know, help the skin out. And that's where the aloe is for. It doesn't necessarily completely replace aloe vera, but as far as like the moisturizing characteristic and it being good for your skin and natural, that's where this kind of, that's why this is kind of in the lineup there. So I use it in the summer, I use it in the winter especially, and a little bit goes a long way. So just keep that one in mind right there. A little bit goes a long way if you're going to be using this product. So the next thing is I use it also as a sunscreen as well. So this is a SPF 50. It's kind of extreme, but this has chemicals on it that you just definitely don't want to, you know, ingest or inhale or whatever. Definitely not the best thing for you. This stuff, even though it's SPF 15 roundabouts, they said like 16 or whatever. I actually used this while I was tanning, and I put this on the back of my neck recently. I was out in basically off-grid, you know, doing a little bit of recreational gold mining, and I was facing away from the sun for most of the day, and my neck was the only thing exposed. And then I had like reflection coming in, and you know, I basically smothered it, you know, sort of liberally with FUBAR CLP, and I never got a burn. I actually got a really nice tan. I never had any pain afterwards or anything like that. It worked amazingly, and I only had to apply it once. And even with sweating and stuff like that, and even with water, it didn't wash off. It was actually pretty good. Not like saying I took a dunk or I took a shower and it was still there, but you know, through sweating and, you know, getting a bit of rain on me, it still was there, and it was still protecting me from, you know, sun exposure and stuff. So that was actually pretty cool, and that's something that I've been constantly seeing over the past 2 years. That has been the case for the past 2 years. So the next one in line is an insect repellent. I don't have any actual insect repellent anymore because I use this stuff, but this is like some old military stuff that I got from a buddy who was giving away some old military bug repellent. So I just have it around as I hadn't thrown it away yet, but I found it in some of the stuff I had yet to go through. But basically this works really well as an insect repellent. I'm using it right now. I don't know if you're able to see like some of the bugs that are flying around here, but when I was out off grid recently, there were like gnats that were biting. There were all sorts of bugs, and I just applied this, you know, to my ears, even to, you know, my hair and the back of my neck, and you know, basically wherever I was getting bites or I didn't want them touching me, I applied it. And even right now, I'm not getting any, they're not bothering me at all. And yes, you'll have to reapply it every now and then, depending on how bad it is, but for the most part, you're not really going to have problems with insects so much, and you don't need to constantly buy a bunch of toxic material or toxic chemicals to put on your body in order to keep them away. This is all natural, and it has the added benefit of acting like a moisturizer in my experience. So again, you're getting a lot of different things there. And then the last part is basically acts like a CLP, a cleaner, lubricant, and protectant. So I've used it on my firearms. It works very well to clean. It works very well for lubricating and protecting it from, you know, corrosion and stuff, and it stays on for a long time, and I'm very impressed by that. It actually made cleaning easier than even this product. This is one of my favorite actual gun cleaners, or gun CLPs, I guess you could say, from Slip 2000, and it actually works better than that, I think. So the only caveat to that is when this stuff gets cold, like here in the Alaska winters, it will thicken up a little bit, but the effectiveness does not go away when it does that. It almost, I wouldn't say it acts like a grease, because as soon as you start applying friction and rubbing it in and getting a little bit of friction in there, it liquefies again. So no big deal there. But it does work really well as a CLP, but that's not limited to firearms. That's anything really mechanical, like in this knife. It's good for protecting the metal on knives and stuff. And again, it's safe for you and animals. So you could, if you have a knife that you would use for cutting open boxes, but also going to the restaurant and getting a better knife for cutting that steak, I've actually had to do that, and it's not going to be harmful for you to get that and ingest it. So it's essential oils, and it's safe for you. And that's a really cool thing. So anyways, that's one point. And then the other is this operates off of ball bearings in order to give it a nice smooth action for, you know, flipping out. And I use FUBAR CLP to lubricate this and other knives, like when I'm out in the field or whatever, and it does very good at keeping moisture from basically staying in an area and causing corrosion. It's not going to wash away very easily, and so that's a really cool feature about this product, is it just does pretty much everything you would want. So that's one of the biggest things that really attracts me to this product more and more as I continue to go along in testing. So some other things that I've noticed is that this product actually, because of like some of the oils that are in here, the essential oils that are in here, it actually acts like aloe vera, as in soothing like mild burns. Like on Instagram, I posted a couple of years ago where my M9A3 barrel, I actually touched my forearm here, and I actually burned it pretty bad. I think it was more like a 2nd degree burn or whatever. It was actually just on there for a second, but it was hot enough to actually cause a legitimate burn. I put some of this stuff on here right away, and it completely soothed it. It stopped the cooking, I guess you could say, and it soothed it. And then I applied it every day, and it worked really well. So I didn't need any aloe vera or anything. It was there for me, and the same stuff I used to soothe that burn is the same stuff I used to clean my gun after burning myself. So yeah, that was actually pretty cool. Also, another weird thing, I guess you could say, that I've used this product for is aftershave. It actually does help moisturize the skin and stuff like that, and does help soothe the skin, kind of like aloe vera too. And it actually does a pretty good job of moisturizing and just helping your skin. Like I said, I've got my shooter bump, my shooter calluses that I use this stuff to moisturize all the time and keep them from cracking and becoming real problems for me when I'm shooting. So again, a little bit goes a long way. So as I mentioned earlier, this stuff isn't going to stay like a complete liquid in the cold. It can solidify, and that can happen at, I would say, kind of high temperatures. You know, you're looking at between 40s and 50s, you're looking at this stuff starting to thicken. And when it thickens, it will become like a white, cloudy material, or white cloudy liquid, but that's not really a problem. All I do is I actually take, I have a bottle right here of this stuff, and this stuff has been sitting in this container over the winter time, and it was a solid mass basically, but there's been no real separation. After I warmed it up, I've just placed it in my pocket and took it out right now. You just shake it a little bit and it reconstitutes everything, or you know, there's no real solid masses, you know, clumping up in there, so it does really good at staying together. Just warm it back up and it's good to go again. And again, I've tested it going from basically a thickened material to a liquid again, and if it's still effective, like as a CLP and all these different roles, and it does not seem to lose its effectiveness. So that's actually pretty cool. So if you want something that does it all and is a good all-in-one, I definitely recommend this product. Now, to go into price, it is not really the cheapest stuff you're ever going to find, but it's definitely, for what you're getting, something that you can go to for all your outdoor needs. And especially if you're going to the range, you're still outdoors, and you're probably going to have to protect yourself from insects in the sun if you're a competition shooter. So yes, this stuff would still be good for you strict firearms enthusiasts, or you people who like to do overlanding or whatever. Just something to throw in your bag for the day at the beach, whatever. For like a half-ounce bottle, for example, like this half-ounce bottle right here, I've had this for a long time, and I actually just refill it out of this. I just take the cap off and I pour some in the cap here, and then I just squeeze this out and then suck it up, and I fill up my half-ounce you know, little sample pack here. And if you want one of these, they're $5 on the FUBAR CLP website, which I'll link down in the description below with a coupon code. But a half-ounce is about $5. For 2 ounces, you're looking at about $17, which is basically, you know, this tall, and it has the same little cap right here. I think it's just clear, but anyways, this is a 3.3 ounce bottle right here. So this one is TSA approved. You can actually carry this big bottle on an airplane, and you're fine to do it. You're within the federal regulations to do it. So you're all good to go if you want to do that. So it's good to travel with. It's good pretty much anywhere you go. So yeah, and here's another bottle, another 3.3 ounce bottle that I've had in storage for a while, and it's back to a liquid. It was actually in a pretty cool area, so it was actually thickened when I pulled it out just before filming this, and I just had it in my pocket, in my hip pocket, and it's back to being a liquid. So yeah, it doesn't have anything, there's nothing really solid in here. There's no, you know, big chunks or whatever. It's doing pretty good. So yeah, so a little bit goes a long way. This amount is going to last me a good amount of time. So yeah, it's something that I can throw in my pack, or I can throw in my pocket if I'm going out, and it'll cover me in all these different avenues and replace all these different things and then some. So if you're interested in this stuff, go into the description and click on that link, use the discount code for 10% off, and check it out for yourself. But I do highly recommend it. It is a pretty good product, and it's safe for yourself and your animals, and you know, for the environment if you care about that. But anyways, I appreciate you guys watching. Go ahead and leave a comment below, and you guys have a good one.